Welcome to, welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fear and live an awesome life. I had so much going on. I was like a deer in headlights. I realized it must have looked a little weird. Oh my gosh, stuff's going on. Somebody said something's in retrograde. You know, something's always in retrograde. But I have to admit, I absolutely picked up on it, and I didn't know that's what was going on. In fact, 2 days ago, I shot a video for you, and I so did not like how it was coming off, and I shut it down and thought, what is going on? This space is amazing where I live, and I am having just record success with everything I'm working on, helping people, seeing what's going on out there. But I also noticed, you guys, this is the February 28th, 2019, I also noticed some rash of negative responses coming over to some videos that were supposed to be super positive, and I sensed a lower frequency going on out there. So whether it is February 28th, there's a very strange car, some really cool cars that they're making now, electric and everything. All right, focus. I wanted to share this with you about energy, and I'm gonna discuss a few things in this video that I think will help you, because we go through turmoil. All of us do. You never escape it, and some of us go through some really challenging stuff in our lives that just seems excessive. I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about the energy that goes on that we all pick up on. So whether it's the date that I'm talking about today, or whether it's years from now, we will experience these lows and highs, seemingly lows and highs, with the energetic field as everything shifts. That's part of how things are set up to make variations for us, right? So if you got this like little wonderful life, and you may still have to deal with some very strange stuff. There are some very strange cars going by. They're like little cute taxis. I mean, next time one goes by, maybe I'll grab the camera and show you. I live in an amazing neighborhood, but I was picking up on this weird stuff, and I thought, this is definitely a collective conscious vibe that I was getting. Sometimes you are picking up, and you'll do this more and more as we transition and ascend, you will start to pick up more and more on the collective consciousness, because as your veils come down and as you start to awaken, and I know you are, you're opening yourself up to what? It's all good, because you're controlling it more. Instead of being a victim or feeling like you don't control it, you'll control it more. And as you do that, and you go into that quantum field where you know you can, you believe you can, you will access it. It's like, oh, we're here. This person believes we're here. That is your field of energy, not something separate from you. Somebody said, I don't know about law of attraction, but I do a lot of hard work and I get great results. And I'm thinking, well, that is law of attraction. I don't call it law of attraction. I call it quantum physics. I call it manifesting. You're doing it at every split second. So when that happens, there's so much out there going on that are individual expressions, including planetary positions, other people and their frequencies, events that are all a part of our choice. All of this is happening, is all part of it. It's not like this is happening and we're reacting to it. It's like we are creating what's happening out there. I want you to remember you're always in charge. So when you feel that collective energy, and there are shifts and energy happening that are so much greater than we can possibly imagine, it will affect you. So what I want to share something, I want to give you a little practice, is that when you feel that, and this is very difficult sometimes because it can go really deep, and no matter how much you do this practice I'm about to show you, sometimes it just won't release, okay? So when I feel this energy that I'm picking up on, because the more awakened you become, the more you really tap into it, but the more awakened you are, the more you can not allow it to affect you, and that is the energetic ebbs, the highs and lows of the collective. So let's say you feel it. What I do is I ask myself, what is going on in my life right now that perhaps is a trigger for some negative thinking or whatever, and the answer for me was nothing. Everything's going just off the charts great. And I thought, okay, we know that everything, so it's not the material world that's triggering anything, because that's going great. So I don't have to look at that right now. What else is going on? I thought, I'm feeling stuff. I'm just feeling, it was really powerful, 2 days. And it really affected me. And so I realized this is a collective consciousness issue going on right now, and I don't know what that is. And I was going to look it up, and I thought, no, I don't like to taint my feelings and thoughts and beliefs with anything out there, that could possibly guide me in a direction that I don't really want to adhere to. That's just why news and all these things, you'll start to go down this pathway of thoughts and beliefs that really aren't yours. Oh, it's this, and we're going to have 5 more bad days, right? I don't want to go into that space. So that's why I don't look up the astrological charts and stuff unless there's something really big going on. So sit with it. Just sit with it and go, okay. What am I feeling? Okay, it doesn't feel good. Maybe you feel down. Maybe you feel a little sad and you don't know why. Maybe you just feel like something's not right. It just doesn't feel right. Just remember, you're getting hit with energy. That's all it is. Don't react to it. Recognize it. Don't react to it. Reacting is going, oh, I'm having a bad day, or oh, things are going to go wrong. I say, okay, that's always going to happen anyways. How am I reacting to it in a positive way that allows me to control it versus reacting to it as giving it power, right? So sit with it and just feel it. All right, I don't know why, my mood is down, or I feel sad, or I'm worried a little bit. That is a collective energy. I know that everything in my life, I'm doing my best to handle things. I'm seeing things as valuable. All right, so what happens when big stuff goes on? All right, so I'll give you an example. So my Breakthrough Fear e-course is out, and people are really getting on board with it. They're loving it. They're having a great time with it. One of my students, Miss B, I'll call you Mrs. B. Mrs. B wrote me and said she's loving the course, but she has to take a break from it because some major stuff happened with her son, a house fire, marital issues with within the family, not her personal ones, and she's just all this stuff that is happening all at once. So I want to share something with you. We keep, again, separating ourselves from things. Here's law of attraction and me working hard. You are absolutely sharing everything. That collective you're sharing, whether it's your close family or just everybody else, we are one family. So we are sharing all of those feelings and things that are going on. Especially if you're close to people, you don't even know what's going on in their life. Even friends, you may be picking up on some of their energy and things that are going on in their life. So I want you to just remember, you are being affected by absolutely everything. You are not separate from it. So Mrs. B, what happened is, she says she's going to finish the course, but there's just too much going on in her life. Well, my answer to her was, this is why you have to stay steadfast on the training and the videos and the practices even more. It'll help you get through that stuff. So we'll go, okay, here's my spiritual life over here, my awakening, and this is great, and I'm going to work on my stuff, but then there's all this, life is happening over here, so I have to take a break from that. I'm like, no, this is when you use it in practice. So even if I know she started the course just a couple days ago, but even if she's just starting it, the more she can go in and pick and choose videos to remind her that all of these things happening are part of the transition, the ascension, the shakeup that's pulling people away from the stuff that's not working. And if your house has to burn to the ground for you to really make that switch, it will. Who was it? I was going to say, I don't listen to anybody except for Dolores Cannon, because she's getting messages from the other side. She doesn't channel, but she's amazing. So I watched one of her videos, and she was sharing some of the stories going on that were so cool. Why do negative things? This is sort of ironic. I just watched this video last night. Why do some negative things happen? Somebody who was going to be a pro athlete shattered his arm, or blew it off or something, in an accident. And why? He was going to be this amazing pro athlete. Because if that had not happened, he would have gone down a path that was totally not why he came here. And he chose a certain path to come here. So that prevented him from going off on a path that he purposely did not want to go on. So his higher self participated in it. So it's not like somebody else decided that he needed to lose an arm so that he didn't become a pro athlete to keep him on track. He was a part of that decision. I want you to understand that. It's not like, oh, you decided to do this path and you're not doing it, so we're going to make sure that you go over here. We have free will. So you are part of that decision to make sure you don't go down that path. So if your house burns to the ground, to make sure that you get out of there, because you might have just, done a few things or whatever. The collective of which you participate is going to help you go into that massively big change, because this is when the big changes are happening. Years ago it was, all this crazy stuff and karma and stuff. We're past it. Major stuff's going to happen. So I just did a video and I told you guys, strap on the seatbelt. You can't go to Ascension unless the structures, and they're big, they've really been grounded here, are dissolve. And that's going to shake up some things that you're participating in that don't work anymore. Right? Okay, so some of you, like, we've been told we have to own a house, or we're told we have to have a save in a portfolio. And there's so many things we've been told that just didn't work. Right? People lost their homes because they were told that's what they were supposed to do, is purchase these homes. Or they lost their portfolios because somebody's managing them in a structure that doesn't work. Those portfolio managers knew what they were doing, but they don't control the markets. And the markets are collapsing sometimes because the stuff that's happening within them don't work. So all these structures we have in place that we believe, and we still think they're okay, are falling away, and we're going, whoa, wait a minute, that didn't seem wrong, but those structures are going to come down. Don't be afraid of that. It's really good. Trust me, when the dust settles, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a different world. So when this happens, this is when you got to, put that seatbelt on really hard, put on the harness and go, woo! Ow! This is not fun. I do not like roller coasters. I am not. I get in the front, because if you're in the back, that's when you feel that. I'm like, no, put me up front. I'm okay with being up front. I'd rather see it, because, it takes a while for it to catch up. Why would anybody go on those, man? Woo! All right, so not my thing, life is challenging enough, but that's what happens, is you have to really be strapped in. And then you feel secure because you know that you're going to go on it, but you know you're going to go back up that hill again, and then it's going to even out. And then the next hill is fun. It's not too crazy. And you are on the roller coaster. This is what's going to happen. But if you see it as this amazing, whoa, stomach up in your throat kind of situation, it's like, it will pass, and you'll realize that you enjoyed it. Even though it was petrifying at the moment, enjoy it, put your hands... I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever put my hands up on a roller coaster. You would think I'd be the kind of person that does that. No, I'm not into it. So, but you can do that and say, okay, wow, this is crazy, but what's happening? My home is a big structure that maybe something was going on in that was bad for me. A person in the family of Mrs. B had a heart attack. Well, what part of the marriage and the house burning and all these other things going on, what part of that is the message to the universe that that structure was killing that person. That structure was killing that person. And that person is not supposed to leave this planet yet. But in order to really, go in the right direction, these things had to totally be pulled away completely, because that person probably would not have gotten rid of some of these things within their life, right? So something drastic. You probably would have stayed at a job you hate for the rest of your life if you got paid decent and it wasn't too terrible. Have a heart attack and not even realize it was the job, and not loving your life and not going in the direction you should, until you get fired and somebody says, done, or the company completely shuts down because you wouldn't have walked away. So the universe of which you're working with, and you are ready to go to the next level, makes it happen. You're making it happen. Why? Because you have made a decision. Your soul has made a decision to go to a higher space, right? You've made a decision to ascend and go up. And these structures around, without you, detail planning it, have got to go away for you to do that. So if you're making a choice to ascend, to become more spiritually awakened, some things will completely fall off to allow you to go that. And believe me, that's what you want. You want that. You don't want to hang on to this stuff, because if you do, it's going to kill you. You're going to die with, still dealing with karma and have to deal with that, maybe even come back. Well, you won't come back on this planet. You're going to go over to a third dimension planet again to work out things, to challenge you again, to say you have to get through this. You cannot go to the next grade till you master this. So you have to master it, and it's tough. It's tough, man. So I'm telling you, we all have to experience it. So when you have the big changes, that is evolutionary for you. But if you don't see it that way, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss what's going on. You're going to say, it's bad. Why is this happening to you? If you say, why is this happening to me, then you're not getting how amazing that crazy stuff is. Why is it happening? Wow, it's happening. Woo! Ascension, transition. It's happening. All right, okay, strap on the seatbelt. Put on the harness, because this is going to be a big one, but I am evolving. Yay! And there is my message right there, that I'm splitting away. You're splitting away. Because if you stayed in it, it was going to kill you. It's going to take you down to whatever dimension that you don't want to be in. And as bad as it seems, that's just the material world. It's just the material world. And I know it's like, yeah, you tell me about the material world, Landria, because I have to pay my bills and stuff. You will. You're going to go into something that's going to make you more abundant. That's good, or I should say, offer you abundance and offer you all these things. You're always in control, so you got to take it. Say, okay, I'm not supposed to be here. Wow, if that isn't a big message, I don't know what is. And then the families that have to rally around each other to really support some amazing things. Now, I have a friend whose house burnt to the ground, and both of her little boys died in the fire. She just tortured herself for years. She was badly burned, couldn't get them out. Was not her fault, but you know what? We're always going to blame ourselves, aren't we? Was there something I could have done that was different? Of course there was. You now, the person now, but back then, you were the person you were then. Don't beat yourself up. You did what you could with the information and who you were at that point. And there's no chaos in the universe. Those little boys didn't leave just because it was chaos and that you were irresponsible. That was not what was going on, because she was a very responsible parent. Right? So, but you're always going to look back and say, I screwed up somewhere. And we beat ourselves up and don't realize there was a karmic relationship going through that, and that was one of the biggest tests anybody could ever go through, is a huge loss like that. And to be a survivor. That's got to be the toughest thing at all. And you wonder, why am I still here? Well, there is a good reason for that. And she has gone into such a peaceful place. Are there going to be remnants of those feelings and guilt and what if and whatever? Yes, absolutely. That's going to be an energy that she'll probably take with her, and that's going to be all washed and cleansed because she took a different path. a higher person. She actually now works with people in homes, hospice. She helps people who are dying. She knows it's okay. And she has experienced that. So I want you to know none of this is without purpose. None of it. So don't separate yourself from the bad things that are going on. Those are the transcendent things that are going on. I'm ascending. Whoa, okay, you ordered it. And don't say, I changed my mind. Don't change your mind. Go with it. It's going to open up a gateway to a life you cannot even imagine. So back when I was an investment banker, and I had to make, my dad died, my whole family died. Both my parents, my dog, my cousin, my brother died within a short period of time. My career I built for 25 years. All these things were happening that were just agonizing. So I could have clung to that. But I knew I had to just let go because something was going on. And I was splitting from something. And I didn't know what it was at the time, even though I was in an awakened state. I knew that you can be awakened, but if you don't allow these structures to fall away, you're still going to be part of that energy that you're going to feel, and it's going to be a part of you, and you've got to let it go. And when I did that, I had a spontaneous healing on my foot that was going to require surgery. Spontaneous healing. Zero pain since that day. I let go of everything. I was going in the wrong direction. And I stopped having fear about and worry about what I was going to go to. And what happened? I learned internet marketing. I had time to then go into something and learn something new, and that's why I'm sitting here right now. If it was not for my internet marketing training, I would not be sitting right here. If I hadn't let go of that career and walked away from a prestigious career, right? If I hadn't let go of that, I would not have learned the new thing, had created this business that I have. I do affiliate marketing, internet marketing. Then I created an e-course with a completely separate company to help people. So I use this, what I've learned, this technology to help others. So not only do I earn money, I also make a difference in this world. So I have two businesses. You guys will see them down in the description. One is to help people spiritually. Let's deal with all this stuff. And the other one is, so you have to go to work. And so that's another energy that we have to deal with. It could be killing you. How do you get out of it? Here's some training. Here's some ways to change that, because we do live in a technological world that we're not taking advantage of. If you don't get the right training, you can't possibly create that kind of business on your own. Go get the help. So I have two different ones. One is Start Now 2, and the other one is Inspiration Sign Up. So Inspiration's obviously the e-course for, your spiritual growth. The other one is for the internet training. You guys can sign up for both. Check them out. They're both free internet, free email lists. Everything I do now has a meaning and a purpose to bring good. And I've got a more successful career than I ever did. And I love my life every day. No heart palpitations. That whole energy has to work. And that means sometimes letting go. And I'll tell you what, I went through unbelievable stuff. I had to handle everything. Handle everything, because my brother was not capable of dealing with certain things. And I had to come in and do it. So what did that do? That tested me. That tested me. And I hung in there, man. I hung in there. And I learned a lot about myself. And you know what? I just knew there was a purpose for everything. I knew that my whole family was here and that I was a part of that family for a reason, and I knew that they were done with their mission. I call them my team. My team left. They did their job and they left. Now, whatever they did or didn't do for themselves in this lifetime, I know that they're working it out on the other side, but I'll tell you what, they were amazing. They were the most supportive, beautiful, loving people that I could have asked for. And they're gone, and I'm okay with that. Because I don't believe anybody ever dies. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, so everything is connected. Nothing leaves you. And the material structures, they will reinvent themselves over and over again according to who guides them. They're not meant to be a part of yours. If you release it, it could be the very thing that saves you. Right? Somebody who was, Dolores Cannon told about somebody who broke his leg on a bunny slope, and he was a really good skier. He was going to go, what is it, heliport, like, you know, when you get up in the helicopter and you drop out with skis on the top of the mountain. He was supposed to go the next day. He's like, why did I break my leg on the bunny hill? He fell over. Because if he'd have gone on that trip the next day on that black diamond, he would have died. So he wasn't meant to do that. So the universe, part of his life decision, had to make sure that didn't happen. And so he broke his leg. So as humans, we don't understand, but there's so much going on that other side of which you are a part of. You're not separate from it. It's not making a separate decision. There's nothing making bad stuff happen to you. It is transcendence and ascendance. It is, yay, whoo, this doesn't feel good. We're in the material world, but this is a big deal. This is big. The spouse, the health, the house, the job, whatever it is for you, if it's going away, bless it. Bless it. Thank you for what I learned and experienced in that. Don't say, oh, good, you evil person or you evil boss or whatever. Bless it. You resonated with it. You were supposed to learn from this. And the separation is another test of how you're going to handle it. Can I release it with love and blessings? Woo, that's a tough one. Can I release the spouse and quit being nasty or wishing bad on them? No matter what they do or say to you, you must be that higher frequency and connect to that. You will feel this stuff going on out here. You will have stuff fall away. It's happening now. So my friend who's taking my course, Mrs. B, I'm going to tell you right now, that is a major, major ascendant, transcendent, ascension situation going on. So don't stay away from the training. Go into it and use it. Use it for what's going on. It is not separate. That's exactly what's going on. It's not a coincidence that you took my e-course, Breakthrough Fear. It's not a coincidence. You just now you are participating in the fear. How are you going to handle it? It has a valuable purpose. It is absolutely what's supposed to happen, and it's all going to take all of you to a higher level. Be at peace. Be the peace, be the love, be the person that blesses others. Be the person who can release the anger and understand that if somebody does something and it's not very nice, that's where they are. Bless them, and there's a reason why you're separating from them. They're going into another space and they have to work out their own stuff. We have to be okay with that if we're going to be okay. So this whole energy thing, the planets and all this stuff, it will affect you. Other people transitioning, it will affect you. You're going to feel a lot of stuff. Stuff's going to fall away. Watch it. I told you guys some big stuff's going to happen this year, individually and the structures. Be okay with it. It is our sign that you're going into 4th and 5th. Congratulations. This is your test. When this happens, this is when you get tested with your awakening. This is the test. Not, well, I'm going to go over here, right, and separate. Oh, why is this happening? That's the test. That's the ascension. That's it. Congratulations. Yay. Woo. Whoa. No, I really don't love roller coasters. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings, my friend, and bless everybody else, no matter how big of a jerk they are. Just bless them and say, oh, okay, whatever. You're a beautiful light being too. What am I doing? How am I handling my reaction to that, right? Let's be the higher power and bless them, because we'll all get there. We're all going to get there. Let's do it now. Let's not wait. Namaste.